Understanding amygdala hijack is so important. It helps us make sense of why we sometimes feel so reactive, why we can go from calm to spiraling in the blink of an eye, why we say something we regret or shut down completely or feel flooded by fear or shame, even when the situation objectively doesn't seem that threatening. When we understand the amygdala's role in these moments, it gives us more than just insight. It gives us a doorway into compassion. Instead of blaming ourselves for how we respond, we begin to recognize, oh, this isn't me being crazy. This is a protective response from my nervous system. And that can shift everything. So what is an amygdala hijack? An amygdala hijack happens when the emotional brain reacts to perceived danger faster than the thinking brain can assess what's really going on. The amygdala processes information milliseconds before the rational brain does. And when it senses threat, it sends an instant alarm throughout the body, activating the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Our heart rate spikes, our breathing changes, our muscles tense, stress hormones flood our system. The body prepares for survival, even if there's no actual danger present. And that's the tricky part. The amygdala can't distinguish between a real threat, like a saber-toothed tiger, and a perceived threat, like a tone of voice, a facial expression, or a memory that reminds your body of something painful. So we can end up reacting as if we're in danger, even when we're not, because the amygdala is responding to the emotional residue of the past, not the reality of the present. Once the hijack is in motion, there's often a kind of tunnel vision, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. You may lose access to logic, empathy, creativity, or curiosity. You might even feel like you're watching yourself from the outside, unable to stop what's unfolding. Psychologist Daniel Goleman calls this period the refractory state, a time when the brain filters out new information that doesn't match the emotional response. So even if someone says, "It's okay," or "I didn't mean it like that," the message can't really get in. This is why it can feel so hard to snap out of it, even when you know your reaction doesn't make sense. The thinking brain is offline, and the emotional brain is in a full-blown threat response, trying to keep you safe. And that's one of the most frustrating things about amygdala hijack, is that we can't think our way out of it because the thinking part of the brain isn't fully online while it's happening. But that doesn't mean there's nothing we can do. There's actually a way to work directly with the nervous system, not through logic, but through touch. This is where havening techniques can be a lifesaver. Havening uses gentle, soothing touch on the arms, hands, or face to create a deep sense of safety in the body. This touch generates slow, restorative brainwaves, similar to those in deep sleep, which have been shown to down-regulate the amygdala. In moments of hijack, when logic and reasoning aren't accessible, havening can interrupt the spiral. It helps the body feel safe enough to stop sounding the alarm and allows the thinking brain to come back online. It's simple, it's gentle, and it works with your body, not against it. So if you ever find yourself spiraling, overreacting, or caught in a state of emotional overwhelm, know that you're not broken. You're having a very understandable nervous system response, and there's something you can do to support yourself in that moment. So today, I'm going to guide you through a short havening exercise, something you can come back to anytime you feel caught in reactivity, flooded by emotion, or stuck in an amygdala hijack. Welcome to Somatic Healing Meditations, the podcast that helps you regulate your nervous system, deepen your healing journey, and feel better in your body. I'm Karenna with Hello Inner Light, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm a somatic healing coach who specializes in compassionate, body-centered processing that helps you heal the wounds that are holding you back. So if that's the kind of content you need more of in your life, please subscribe to this podcast and join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self. And today I have something really special to share. I'm leading a somatic self-love retreat in Costa Rica, and I would love for you to join me. It's a 7-day journey of nervous system healing, somatic meditations, deep rest, and heart-centered connection, all in the wild beauty of Costa Rica. We'll snorkel in turquoise waters, explore sea turtle nesting grounds, go in search of dolphins and whales, and most of all, drop into deep reconnection with ourselves. If you're craving softness, healing, and soul-level renewal, this retreat is for you. You can get all the details at helloinnerlight.com/retreats. And spots are limited, so check it out soon. I would love for you to join me. Now, before we get started, here's a quick word from the sponsors that make all this free content possible. Now, let's dive into this somatic practice to calm your amygdala using havening techniques. So, we're going to begin with self-havening. So there are 3 ways to do self-havening. One way is to simply rub your palms together, just gently, with a pace and a pressure that feels good to you. You rub your palms together in a soothing way. So that's one way to do self-havening. Another way is to rub down your arms from shoulder to elbow, just going down. It's sort of like a moving hug. And again, you're just doing it with a pace and a pressure that feel good to you. And the third way to do the havening touch is that you can use your palms or your fingertips to rub anywhere on your face, cheeks, or forehead. Again, this is meant to feel soothing, so you're doing it with a pace and a pressure that feels good to you as you just rub your face, cheeks, or forehead. And you're going to continue to do the havening touch for most of this meditation because havening touch has been shown to downregulate our amygdala. So you're going to continue to do the havening touch in whatever way feels good to you. So you can move between those 3 locations, your palms, your upper arms, and your face. And I also invite you to modify it in any way if some of those don't feel good to you. So listening to your body and doing the havening touch in a way that feels supportive. Now really begin to feel the havening touch. And invite yourself to take a really gentle breath that's a little bit slower than your normal breaths. And just with a fraction of your attention, begin to feel what it feels like in your body right now You might notice lots of things. Your heartbeat might be elevated. Your guts may be nervous. Maybe there's tension in your jaw or your hips or your shoulders. Just take a short minute and notice what you're feeling in your body. I know it's not comfortable, and honestly, you can skip this if it's too much for you. But oftentimes connecting with our bodies just helps us really take this process a little bit deeper. And as you're feeling this in your body, just rate your distress level from 0 to 10, with 0 being no distress at all and 10 being like maximum distress. Breathing. And the best way to soothe your amygdala is to do havening while distracting your brain. So I'm going to guide you through some distractions and just continue to do the havening touch. So for our first distraction, we're going to go through the alphabet from A to Z. I'm going to name the letter, and then you're going to name an animal or two for each letter of the alphabet. And it doesn't really matter if you do this right. Like, it doesn't matter if you can't think of any animals for certain letters or if you spell them wrong. All we're trying to do here is get your brain away from the distress and on the distraction. So again, there's no way to do this wrong. Just thinking of an animal or two for every letter of the alphabet, starting with A. B. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. S. T. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Great work. So we're going to continue doing distractions to continue keeping your mind occupied while the havening touch goes to work on downregulating your amygdala. So for the next distraction, you're just going to think of all of the things that you have in your fridge right now, or all of the things that you have in your top desk drawer. So just choose fridge or desk drawer and take a moment as you do the havening touch and just think of all of the things that you have in one of those two locations. Wrapping that up, taking a breath, and continuing to do the havening touch. I'm going to guide you through some very simple eye movements, and I want you to do these really gently. You can even do them with your eyes closed and just imagine that your eyes are moving. So take your eyes down and to the left and take a gentle breath here. Bringing your eyes back to center and taking a gentle breath. Taking your eyes down and to the right, and gentle breath. Bringing your eyes back to center. Now, ever so gently rolling your eyes in 2 circles to the left. Bring your eyes back to center and take a gentle breath. Now rolling your eyes gently 2 circles to the right. Bringing them back to center and taking a gentle breath. Now, continuing to do the havening touch, we're going to bring ourselves out of the distractions and back into connection with our bodies. And just feel in your body how you feel now. What has shifted within you? Noticing what feels different. And noticing what looks different to you now. Often our perception will change dramatically when we're more regulated. And if you were to rate your distress level now on that same 0 to 10 scale, what number is it now? So life looks completely different when we're at a 6 out of 10 than when we're at a 10 out of 10. So hopefully it came down at least a point or two for you. And if you want it to come down even more, you can do this exercise again. Or sometimes at this point, when we're a little bit more calm, that's a really good time for some deeper emotional processing. Just taking a few breaths here. And thank yourself for doing this meditation. Thank yourself for showing up and supporting yourself with these really strong emotions. And with your last few breaths here, before we bring this to a close, just ask your body if there's anything else it wants or needs, and just listen or sense for any answer you may get from your body. Wonderful. Now just give yourself one more really gentle breath. And when you're ready, just letting your eyes flutter open and letting go of the havening touch if you haven't already. Great work. So, how was that for you? What was your number at the beginning? And what was your number at the end? And what shifts did you experience in your feelings or in your perception? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget that early spots are now open for my Somatic Self-Love Retreat in Costa Rica. I'd be so honored to have you there. Learn more at helloinnerlight.com/retreats. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to the podcast and also rate and review it. You could also send this episode to a friend who you think would enjoy it. And don't forget to join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self.